me in commentary. I mean, you don't have to. We can just sit here and bullshit, and you can watch the show. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna try to kill. Wait, let's see the challenges here. Yeah, I'm just gonna intro it real quick. I wrote it on there, but I don't know. I forgot what this one was called. Okay, icing on the cake and burying the hatchet. That's the two we're gonna attempt. Icing on the cake shouldn't be too hard. I think you have to. Okay, you have to kill Ken Morgan in the linen room. How the fuck do you get him into the linen room? I don't even remember that. Let's do something else with Ken Morgan. Fuck that. Oh yeah, I can kill him with the tuk tuk. I can kill him with the tuk tuk. I ain't done that yet. Alright, replan this bitch. So anyway, I'm glad that I could fill you in on the Alien prequels. If you'd like me to, I can tell you about all the rest of them too. I'll make it a lot shorter. Because, like, watch this. I'll make it real short. Alien, bunch of dudes on a ship. Sigourney Weaver's there. John Hurt's like, hey, what's this? Hey, let's go check it out. Oh, alien, on my face, out my chest. Oh my god, there's an alien on the ship. We have to kill it. It goes out the ship. And game over. Sigourney lives. Aliens. Sigourney's like, hey, I told y'all motherfuckers. And they're like, we ain't gonna listen to you. And then they go, and they bring a bunch of Marines, including Bill Paxton. Anyway, so, they're like, game over. Because when the aliens all come. But, this might sound familiar. They were colonizing a planet, and somehow there was aliens there. Because Sigourney Weaver told them, but they didn't listen. So they go up there and save a little girl. A bunch of aliens. A lot of aliens now. But everybody dies. And Sigourney Weaver lives. She gets away, ends up on a prison planet. Oh, we're in Alien 3, by the way. and aliens pop out of the chests of dogs that are faster, and they also pop out of the chests of dogs. And then so they fight those aliens that spit acid, and then to save everybody, Sigourney Weaver grabs the last alien and they fall. And also in Aliens, the only thing I really left out that's important is you get to see how aliens are made, which you probably know all that, but you get to see the alien queen and all that. Anyway, Alien Resurrection is like fucking Weyland-Yutani fucked up a bunch of shit. They cloned Sigourney Weaver's character, and they put some alien DNA in her. So now her blood's kind of acidy, and she's kind of an alien, but she also kind of is Sigourney Weaver. Bunch of other people there. People get fucked up. Aliens show up. They got them all like trapped, and they're trying to control them and teach them to, use them and train them. That shit ain't working. So they break out, of course, and a bunch of people get fucked up, and they end up trying to save them. And then they basically, Sigourney Weaver stumbles on her baby, which is like a fucking child they made from her that's a human alien hybrid. And she also walks in this one room where there's a bunch of human alien hybrids that were her. They're all like a bunch of clones of her, but they're all fucked up. Like, they were the fuck ups before they made her right, It was very creepy. Then she ends up finding this alien they made that was like a human hybrid, but it was ugly and weird looking and fucked up, dude. It makes me want to it makes my penis go inside, and it also makes me want to throw up. But anyway, so she's like, oh, I love you, and it's like, I'm gonna kill people, but okay. And she's like, no, I love you, and they get her in the room, and she's like, stop, hold on, and I'm gonna hold you, and she gives it a hug, but then she cuts herself, and she puts some blood on a window, and it opens, makes a little bitty hole in the window, which then proceeds to liquefy the alien into space. Like, it was disgusting. So anyway, all that being said, now you know all the alien movies pretty much. One day you're gonna be like, I'm bored. I'll sit down and watch them, and you're like, Chad was right. That was pretty much all of them. I mean, like, if I were you, I like. I'm gonna tell you, I like a lot of them, but the worst one, in my opinion, is Resurrection, and it pretty much goes backwards from there. Except I like Aliens best. My favorite movie of all the Aliens movies is Aliens, the second one. But a lot of people are big fans of the original because it was a horror genre as opposed to Aliens was action. And also Aliens Ridley Scott, not a lot, maybe a little bit towards the end there was some action for fighting, but for trying to fight for their lives, but it was more like a horror survival, in my opinion. And then the second one was very action because there was a lot of guns with Marines shooting and trying to do stuff, and there was explosions, lots of explosions. And so yeah, it was, and also you have Ridley Scott directed the first Alien, James Cameron directed the second Aliens. Um, the guy who did Fight Club, what's his name? Oh, I know his fucking name. Anyway, he did the Alien 3, not Michael Bay. But funny enough, the worst Alien movie was directed by Joss Whedon. Nah, the worst Alien movie, which was Alien Resurrection, in my opinion, was directed by Joss Whedon. And obviously, I don't know, but Ridley Scott has done both the new ones. Hmm. Yeah, because Snyder's daughter killed herself and shit. Yeah, that's why Snyder. That's why Snyder is taking off. I mean, maybe like I know that he tried to go back to work. Like Snyder's daughter killed herself, and he was like, "This is sad." He went to the funeral and he went right back to work. And after about a week or two, he changed his mind, and he was like, "I have to go be with my family. They're in pain. We need to deal with this loss." And so he stepped off the project. So yeah, I've been making. I'm not downgrading the fact that that's a horrible thing, but I have been making some jokes about how, oh yeah, the new Justice League movie, the first half of it's gonna be weird and crappy like all the other fucking DC movies we've seen, and then the second half of it's gonna look like the fucking Avengers. I can tell you some crazy stories going on. Fucking, I'm sure you know about the terrorist attack at the Ariana Grande concert. Yeah. Well, one, she's offered to pay all for all their fucking funerals, which is crazy, but that's nice of her. Yeah, if she got the money, let her do it. And then there's also some fucked up shit locally, man. There's let's see, Kirbyville is about 35, I think 40 miles from, okay, about 50 miles from here. And the principal of the high school in Kirbyville had a meeting where he's going over a bunch of fucked up shit that's going on at the school, and he resigned. He basically resigned at the meeting, and then walked out to his truck and fucking shot himself. Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. And it's horrible, but what can you do? I mean, it's just, I mean, people do what they do. Alright, I'm gonna try to actually do this now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh man, you know what's fucked up is? Okay, There's another couple of movies that we can talk some shit about. Alien vs Predator was almost bullshit. I say it's almost bullshit because it had like at least 15 minutes of that movie was awesome. But the rest of it was like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Yeah. Then we go to Alien vs Predator Requiem, which was a box office disaster. But the only thing that makes that movie, the only reason I can't say that movie didn't exist is the ending scene where you see a pred alien jump out of that predator's chest. And I was like, oh god, that I could jerk off to that scene still because it's so awesome. So let's see. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm gonna kill Jordan Cross. I'm sitting here talking about Alien and bullshit, and I forgot what we're doing here. I'm gonna kill Jordan Cross, and get the icing on the cake challenge, and then we're gonna do something else with Ken Morgan. I was gonna kill him with the axe, but I can't remember the trick to get him into the dang linen closet or whatever where you can kill him there. So right now we're just really going for icing on the cake, which is relatively easy. You gotta knock out one of these dudes in the kitchen, and then you gotta get this topper for the cake, and after that you're good. You just sneak over there, you put the topper on the cake, they all do a party, he acts like a dickhead, everybody leaves, and then you smash his face into the cake. Hey baby.
Great. Now they're not even letting guests inside.
They're loud.
Oh, of course he's spoiled. That's sort of my point. It's usually when rock stars make outrageous.
No. Huh? Hey! Hey! Stop! Ah!
Well aware that the cake topper is missing. We can't wait. We're tremendously busy here. It's only numbers. I'm sure Jordan Cross doesn't need a cake to remind him how old he is. Something's way off with you.
Oh dear.
Keep walking.
Hey, Mr. Chef. Jordan's birthday's today?
Yeah, but don't say anything yet. Spoil the surprise. Wait till the cake is ready. The hotel chef is having it specially made. So he's what?
Nobody gets in or out except for VIPs and crew. No hotel staff, security, or guest, no matter how chummy with the band
Hey,
and
could you
or
get me a
pregnant
snack?
they might claim to be. Kitchen staff is the sole
Hey, what are we
exception.
doing up here? It's a hotel,
Yo,
not
chef.
a military compound.
So who's the great?
I mean, I know Jordan Cross. He's a heavy hitter, but he's a little bit over for sure.
That's easy. Hey,
Shook. Just shook.
hi, Dexy. Yeah, we're just about ready over here. So, bring on the birthday boy. Yeah. We know the word. Okay, yeah. See you in a bit. Okay, guys. Jordan's on his way down, so get into position and, vocal cords, okay?
Okay, so I'll sing lead. You chaps better back me up. Whatever you do.
Oh man, I can't wait to see the look on Jordy's face. Probably forgot it's his birthday.
So what anime are you watching?
We wish you a happy
Oh, okay.
birthday.
That's right. You said that earlier.
We wish you a grand day. We wish you an...
Go. Go to bed. Go, Pip. Hmm?
Lawson year, we wish that to you, Jordan. Happy birthday!
Oh, well, shit, fellas. Look, I mean, that's pretty decent of you.
Don't mention it, darling. Have a taste. It's vegan.
Yo, chef.
Yum.
Oh, vegan, huh? All right. You guys went through a lot of trouble, huh?
Oh, no. It wasn't us. Your father ordered it.
My father?
Oh, yeah. He was real particular. I mean, everything had to be just right for his son's big day, huh?
Oh, did he now?
Hush.
Oh, it's perfect, yeah. What an asshole!
Okay, thanks for doing this, guys, but why don't we give Jordan a little bit of space now, okay?
Way to go, Colin. Smooth as always.
Keep it real, Cook.
Darling,
He sent me a cake, Dexy. A cake!
I know, but maybe your father is a complicated man. Maybe this is his way of
What up,
reaching
Chef?
out and trying to.
Oh, that asshole never reached for anything but his wallet. Right? I'll tell you what this is. This is one giant frosting-covered fuck you. This is Thomas Cross saying, I own you, bitch. I will always screw up and need... You don't know him, Dex. And I pray you don't get to.
I'll give you a moment, darling. Target down. Next up, Ken Morgan.
You know, if I wasn't a badass bodyguard, I'd be a chef.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Oh, the owner?
No, it's just stupid. Someone left their wallet in their pockets, and it had at least a couple of £1,000. Why don't we keep that
Tell me again, why are we still not getting any assistance? They said we would have help by the end of the week.
Well, I'm sure Mrs. Mookjay is doing everything she can, and she's always been fair to me.
This is your idea of fair. Us down here busting cars while those smashing stuff harlots and gigolos.
That's not true at all. You shouldn't be
Holy
carrying...
shit, what?
So, can I ask you something? Have you ever heard of, like, do you watch just anime, or do you watch any of the, like, dirty anime? Like, what do they call it, manga or something? Or hentai? Hentai. No, you're fine. I want to know something. There was this hentai we watched a long time ago that was all fucked up. One of my friends showed it to me. Okay, if I remember correctly, he told me it was called Legend of the Overfiend. Okay, so it's not really a hentai porn. But anyway, cause, but anyway, if I remember correctly, and like I said, we were really fucked up that night, but I remember it was all fucked up. And it was like demons ripping dicks through women and all kinds of fucked up shit. And so, I've been trying to find a copy of that. Because, like, I tell people about it, and they're like, that's bullshit, I've never heard of that. You know? And I'm like, nah, dude, that's a real fucking thing. But yeah, Legend of the Overfiend. I've never been able to. Is it have any other kind of subtitle or something, or is that just what it's called? Okay. Gotcha. Well, that's good to know. At least I have the name right. So, because Bible Black has been mentioned to me before too. But that one's just porn, isn't it? Yeah. I imagine that it sounds like some shit that some folks might like. I don't know, people. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It's interesting. I'm not gonna say it's something that like I want to jerk off to, like. But I'm not saying that there won't the day might not come. I mean, I'm not gonna say that the day will never come that I might be like, I'm gonna jerk off to that. Like, damn it, I need to write that down. That's a good one. That's a good joke. Man, I'm gonna just have to go. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start telling you jokes while I play Hitman and I do live streams. And then later, I can go back and be like, what was that joke I told Miz when I was doing the fucking live stream? Oh, I just fucked this up too, I think. Y'all ain't got shit.
No.
Oh, they put a fucking... That's cool. They put a fucking cooler in the freezer, which is kind of silly, but I need it right now, so I'm happy about it. So yeah. let me just run through this again real quick, because it was good. I gotta remember that one, man. So, like, I was talking about boy Miz, and he's in anime. And, like, I'm not big into anime, but I've heard a few, and I've played, I've watched some of it. I like Dragon Ball Z. Everybody knows about some of those cartoons that are very anime-ish, but, like, he watches hardcore anime. And so I was like, do you watch, like, hentai? Which, if you don't know, hentai is anime porn. And I know a lot of you are thinking, that's a real thing. Yes, it is. So here's the thing. I was asking about the title of one of them that was like this weird, crazy, like demons ripping penises through bitches movie. And because I watched it one time when we were on acid, and I was like, I want to tell people about it later, and I want to prove that it exists, Well, at the same time, it looks funny because I'm like, hey, I want this crazy fucking porn with a bunch of demons sticking their dicks through women. Hold on, halt that. That's not what I'm going for. Anyway. So anyway, we're talking about it, and I was like, man, I really thought about it. And I said, yeah, I want to get a copy of this, but, I mean, it's not something that I'm going to be like, man, I want to jerk off to that, But at the same time, I gotta say, I can't say that the day will never come that I'll be like, I want to jerk off to that. Scene. Alright, so now I have to do my research and see if anybody else did a joke like that. Make sure I ain't trying to be Amy Schumer. She's getting in all kinds of trouble right now because she kind of halfway had some similar jokes to some other people. I'm like, man, that girl, like, they even have this one video, because I'm an Amy Schumer fan. But, everybody's got their dark sides. And they even have this one video where they talk about how Amy Schumer is talking to a radio, she's doing an interview. And the radio guy is asking her questions about, at some point she was apparently a big shoplifter. Like, she didn't get busted a lot of times or nothing, but she apparently admits that her and her sister had a shoplifting problem at one time. And so that being said, he was like all,
I haven't seen you before.
He was basically trying to point out the fact that, oh, well, she got her willies off, and she even talks about how, oh, it was just exciting. We had the money. It wasn't a big deal. It was just exciting to steal a bunch of stuff. And so he was like, so maybe she's getting excited by stealing people's jokes now, And I was like, what a weird way to try to, like, swing that. Because, like, I had a shoplifting problem. I'll admit that though it was kind of drug fueled, like, I'd eat a bunch of Xanax, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to Walmart and steal all their shit. And here's the thing. I admit to it, and I'm sorry I did it, but Walmart seems to be doing fine. So I'm not feeling bad about it at all. But that being said, I would never like steal your fucking, some story you wrote and put it out as me, or steal a video you made and post it on my shit and get a bunch of hits and not pay you or something. And so yeah, that's kind of like the way it is in my head of being a good person, and I don't see just because Amy shoplifted some shit back in the day, that immediately says, oh well, yeah, she'll steal jokes later too. Like, no, that's not how that works. But people are people, man.
Stop. Oh,
No! Anyone! I need some help!
Hey, I think we got a serious problem. We need your help. I think we got a psycho on the loose. Hey.
So what does our friend look like?
Oh, thank God you're here.
I regret this! Get me out of here!
Alright, okay, that's yes, sir. I know I'm not a real bodyguard, but the VIP is down. VIP has been compromised.
Oh no. What have you done? Oh God, help!
Hey! What the hell, man?
Well, you're no quitter. I've got to give you that.
Whoa, look, I can... He's by the service entrance! Pulling in on the pump. Still standing? He's on drugs. He's gotta be on drugs. I hit him. I know I did.
This is awesome. I like got away while they're all shooting at me. So right now I'm in I just ran over a bitch. This is awesome. Like at the end of each level, there's like an automatic kind of like when you do your exit, there's like an automatic little set for what your animation is. Some of them are a little bit interactive, like this one. It's like right in the middle of the back area. And so I ran and there's niggas chasing me and shooting at me. And I fixed the tuk-tuk. It's like a little tuk-tuk. I don't know if you can know what that is, but it's like a little three-wheel, little flat car. It's open on both sides. It's almost like a little bitty weird golf cart. A tuk-tuk. Like a tuck with a K. Tuk-tuk.
This was no coincidence.
Yeah.
By a long shot.
That's
Thomas Cross had been
okay. Yeah, well, that's what he has. Well, this fool's. I think I ought to make and sell tuk-tuks in this bitch. Make them real cheap, because that's the thing. Ain't nobody got no money. Nobody can afford cars, so sell them a tuk-tuk. But anyway, only thing is, motherfuckers be like, hit by cars and dead. So, anyway, the
contract was just.
Thing I was saying
It's a sound problem.
was
I know you don't care about
I'm getting in the tuk-tuk and all these motherfuckers are chasing me and they're shooting me. So I get in the tuk-tuk turned on. Once that's done, you win. You get away. But what's funny is there's like 5 motherfuckers standing there and they're just shooting me and there's bullet holes all in the fucking tuk-tuk as I'm driving away. And I run over this bitch while I'm driving away. I was like, oh, look at that. That was funny. That was awesome.
Anonymous tips.
Because in real life, I'd be dead. Alright, so I winged some bullshit. Because that motherfucker, it didn't work. Like, what happened was, because we were talking, which I always do. Because we were talking, I got feint a bunch of times. And so, all these motherfuckers were chasing me, so I was like, fuck it. I ran over to the other dude I had to kill, shot him in the head, and I ran the fuck away. Like, that's like, when I really think about it, like, that's why hitmen get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars and shit. Is because because they not because they do that, but because they don't do that. Like, if you want a motherfucker to just walk up and shoot a motherfucker and walk away, you go find a crackhead and you give him a gun and you say, "Look at this big ass crack rock. Go shoot him. I'll give it to you." He'll do exactly that, and you save a bunch of money, but it still looks like somebody had them killed. That's why hitmen get a lot of money, because they make it look like, or they do whatever you say. I guess, if you're a hitman and the dude says, "Look, I want you to shoot him in public." All right, you sending a message. I get it. Anyway, now I'm gonna axe this fool. You better axe somebody. Sorry. That was probably ridiculous. By the way, for everybody who nobody's watching right now, but anybody who watches this video later, I appreciate it. Miz, y'all can't hear him. He's accompanying me. He's awesome. Right now, it's funny is they just hear me talking. So like, they're like, who the fuck is he talking to? Like, this motherfucker just explained every alien movie to me. and every once in a while he would ask me questions, and I would just be like, I would kind of answer them, but then he would just go back to talking. I couldn't tell, but I think he could hear what I was saying. And he kept calling me Ms.
Hey, you! Will you stop that immediately? Don't touch. Let go of the body! What kind of a pervert are you?
Give up, mister. Nobody wants to get hurt here.
Alright, I'm hiding in this closet for a minute while I do drugs, and also the cops are chasing me anyway. He doesn't sound like a paranoid pothead. I'm gonna do drugs while the cops are chasing me. I'm gonna stop and hide in the closet while the cops are chasing me so I can do drugs. The yellow part of my dick goes in your mouth. The white part of my dick goes in your mouth. Why is part of my dick yellow? Oh, sorry.
I need more towels.
Mr. Morgan, sir.
When can I have my sweet?
Please accept my heartfelt apology for the mishap earlier. The Queen Suite is ready for you. Follow me.
Well, that was relatively fast. Very well. Lead the way.
Clumsy shit.
Sorry, I don't think I know you, mister. Don't go any further.
Excuse me. I'm afraid these pesticides so close to it.
Final warning. I'll kick you.
Relax.
I'll get someone here. Kick me away.
Besides, even at very large doses, this What?
Ah! Where is he? I don't know where he went, man.
I'm just gonna restart. I fucked this. So, what other movies haven't you seen? So, what other fucking awesome, crazy old movies you haven't seen? Yeah. Okay. So you've never seen any of the Mission Impossibles? They're actually not bad. Like, I'm not a Cruise fan either. Like, I didn't hate Cruise when I was younger, so I watched, like, Cocktail and all the old fucking movies, you know, like, I wasn't a fan of some of them. Like, I didn't like Risky Business. Everybody liked Risky Business. I wasn't into that one. I was like, okay, dude's just like, he hooks people up with chicks and stuff, whatever, and he gets paid for it. Well, he has... My problem with Tom Cruise is that he's not a character actor in any way, form, or shape. He basically, he's always him. And I mean, that's fine, because there's a lot of actors that's their shtick. Anytime they're in a scene, that's what they do. You know, Al Pacino can be one of those guys, and we love him. So it's just like, as much as, you know, he has more range. I'll give him that. But, you know, there's certain things that are very continuous through all the characters that they play.
I don't know. I think it's all the manager's idea.
Dexy bad.
Dispatch, please acknowledge.
Uh-uh.
Where the hell is everybody? Sounded like someone needed help real bad.
Well, I'll give it to him because I enjoyed the Mission Impossibles regardless of him. Now, you can't discount the fact that, or at least I did. Okay, let me rephrase that, because Mission Impossible 2 was tragedy, in my opinion. Mission Impossible 1 was a pretty decent film, but you got to keep in mind that we have Emilio Estevez, we have John Voight. Yeah, Emilio Estevez. We have John Hurt. We have that hot bitch named Claire, who I don't know who the fucking way name is, but she was really hot and a good actress. I wanted to fuck her the whole time. And let's see, there was a lot. Yeah, like Mission Impossible 1 is still the best one. And it was twists and turns. It was a good movie. 2 was the biggest trash. It was an action film that was John Woo, and it was shit. 3 went back to being at least espionage, and I enjoyed it. Once again, not because of Tom Cruise, because fucking, the other cast members, but, Megan Monaghan is suddenly Tom Cruise. Ethan Hunt, you start getting into his life in this movie, and so he's got a normal life. He's quit the field, and he's like, I'm got a wife, and she's Megan Monaghan, and she's hot as fuck, and we party with people, and I just teach agents now. I don't actually go out into the field. And then this one agent bitch is like, hey, we got some fucked up shit going on, and then she gets killed, and he was training her, and so they're like, hey, are you pissed off because somebody killed your student? And he's like, yeah, I am. I'm pretty pissed off. And they're like, you want to go back in the field? He's like, I kind of do. And so he goes and does this one mission and trying to trap this one guy who was behind all that shit. And it turns out to be that 3-name motherfucker that died from heroin. Seymour Hoffman? Yeah, there we go. Philip Seymour Hoffman. That motherfucker who's a pretty good actor too. I love that dude. Rest in peace.
Okay, I understand.
But he, basically like is evil as fuck in this movie. And so he carried the movie for me, but to a certain degree Megan Monaghan was good, and they had like a really good plot going on for a change, because 1 was convoluted but awesome. Like if you really break down Mission Impossible 1, it's a little convoluted. But it's actually a really good film. My opinion. But 2 was shit. 3 got better. 4 was okay. And this new one I haven't even watched. So that's how the Mission Impossibles go for me.
You sick bastard! You killed... you're gonna pay. Alright, what's going on? Come out on the stairs now!
Yeah?
Where's the contact? I don't see him!
Come in,
Well, what is her fare of the new Star Trek films? Yeah, I'm a big fan of them. I think I like them about as much, if not a little more, than I like Next Generation. Because as far as Star Trek goes, I'm a Next Generation guy. I've tried to watch the original series of shows, and I can't get into them. But I like the movies, most of them. They're good. But I couldn't really get into the story of the TV shows. But I also say that I'm a Next Generation guy, and I've gone back and watched them, and they're great. But what's funny is the first season, and in fact the first few episodes, you could see that they were still kind of going to go for that weird fantasy / science fiction. Like, that's whenever they had all that kind of weird pop culture-ish stuff going on left and right, but you didn't really see it.
What the?
But then they started going a little more streamlined and made it like a military vessel and stuff. It was better.
Nothing here.
Because it was the first, 6 episodes, it didn't feel like a fucking, what do they call the Starfleet vessel? It felt like a utopian, vacation fucking ship. Yeah. Excelsior in space. And so I was like, alright. Oh. So I'm still trying to pull off some shit. I knocked out everybody in this room. That's the whole point. What I need to do is knock out everybody in this room. Then I need to, maybe take out old dude's boss. But actually, I think I'm just gonna bring them both in here and kill them both with an axe. and then I should get the challenge. Nuh-uh. Would they bring the Noid back? I know, that would be the coolest thing. Ferris Bueller. Ferris Bueller. That's like sounds like it sounds like the gunslinger. Like, you know, maybe he has like a cousin that's like a fucking like kind of a fucking douchebag, but we love him, you know. Really?
In the basement! I got a bullet here that wants to say hi to your brain! I don't have a visual.
Yeah. Oh, really? Mm. Man, I've been thinking about some stupid shit. Like, I was reading online, there's these clubs you can get in. And it's like, are you familiar with, like maybe crack.com? Have you ever read an article from crack.com?
It's only numbers.
Okay. It's, you know, they do articles, some of them are halfway informative, there's entertainment articles, some of them there are character pieces on there, but most of the articles are all just told from a stance of fanboy or whatever, you know? And it's like, a lot of them are lists. There'll be you know, 9 reasons, blah, 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 blah. Or 5 of the cool things you missed this week, you know, shit like that. And it's just like everybody else. Everybody's doing that, but they do it in such a way it's a little more interesting. I like their articles better. Anyway, all that spoken and said, they have a method of writing, or method of getting writers to come write for them, so they can have more content. And what they do is they have this forum set up, and you go write your article, you post it in there, and then people come and they tell you what they think about it. And if it gets a lot of fucking positive impact and people like it, then they consider it and they contact you and they tell you how much they pay you and blah blah blah, you know. So it basically goes through a little bitty internet version of The Voice before you even, get a chance to get anything on there. And I was, at first when I started fucking with it, I tried 2 different articles and neither one of them made it very far. Mostly because of my referencing was too direct. I was like, I didn't feel like that was a bad thing, but at the same time, they were like, you have to look at it this way. You just ripped off 4 items from this list and 2 items from this list. And I was like, yeah, I guess I kind of did. Like, even though I didn't know about that one, I knew about the first one because I referenced it. But then he was like, they pointed out that there was basically a lot of articles that covered all the things that I covered. So, in unison, I had like a Frankenstein of an article, if you really get down to it. And they were like, you wrote this. I'm not, they were like, we're not trying to talk down on your writing style. You're great. He was like, I like the way it's written. In fact, it almost seemed very original. But the fact of the matter is that even with the way you've referenced it, this is just a Frankenstein of an article. And I was like, yeah, okay. So, I went back with another one, and it didn't get too much flack, but didn't get far enough to get, published or anything. And so I didn't really do too much else. But I was like, if I keep throwing articles at him, I'm sure eventually I'd get one. And, anyway, I discovered that there's 2 different networks of online, like, getting movies and TV ideas in. And where somebody can read them and think whatever, and then you can talk about them. And one of them is pretty much like Cracked. Like it's online, you post stuff and whatever. And so I thought about chancing my Matrix shit on there. because the story's getting pretty good, and I'm almost done with the first act. I'm at a point where, like, I don't really know exactly what to do next. I know where I want to go right after this, but I don't want to. I think I may have to fast forward press the fast forward button right now, and all of a sudden make something happen, because it's gotten to the point where all the characters are introduced enough, and we don't need any more exposition, and something needs to happen, so it doesn't get boring. Because it's about to become, like, the way it was written, and the way I have the avenues going, there's not enough conflict, because there's just a large group of people, and they don't have anything to fight against yet. So, yeah, I'm coming up with some new ways for them to be adversarial, even with each other at first. And, basically, yeah. I want you to be part of my I don't know, my sounding board. Well, yeah, I mean, I would definitely, be open to your ideas, but, more than that, what I meant was, like, when I get that first act done, I want to do a reading, and I'm gonna bring, if you would be willing to be, there in spirit while listening to me through, something, whether it be, hook up on, my phone or whatever, and everybody else. In fact, I'm probably gonna get because one of my buddies is way over in fucking, things, so I'm probably gonna try to set everybody up to, like, have a fucking Google Hangout thing or something. So, anyway, when I do it, I'll let you know, because I want you to be in on that. The story's getting good, in my opinion, and I know that you're not quite, I don't think you're quite a Matrix hater, but you're not a huge. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I was like, what the fuck? Well, like, I walked out of range. I had to go pee. So, like, right when I stopped talking, I forgot that when I go right into my bathroom, I walk out of range. Anyway, but that's kind of why, because I knew that was your opinion. And I thought it was important to have somebody neutral. And then I have a friend of mine who's a pretty big fan like me, but kind of, like, not crazy. Like, I'm not really crazy, but I'm writing a Matrix fucking movie, and I've never worked in film. So I think I'm kind of a crazy Matrix fan. But, so, that being said, you have my buddy out in Tennessee who is not a fan of the Matrix. I remember him telling me not a fan. He was I think he was touchy gloves, so he never really talked shit on it to me. But I know he's not a fan of the Matrix. So I definitely want his opinion, because if you got people who hate the Matrix and who hated the old Matrix movies, or maybe they just hated the second two, which that's where you have a lot of people, they're like, oh, I didn't like the second two. The first one was good. That's where a lot of people are. So I want somebody's opinion that's like that of what I'm writing, because we're trying to get them too. But, yeah. Like, I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, how cheesy is your opening, Chad? How fucking cheesy is your opening? But then I really think about how perfect it has to be like that, because how else are you going to do it? Like we already talked about how the reason why we're bringing this up in the world is because Keanu Reeves is relevant again. So why the fuck are you gonna make another Matrix movie without Neo? And if you're gonna prequel it or some shit, you're gonna have to dig deep into getting something going, because I've never been able to imagine more than some crazy shit for like anything before the Matrix. The movies that we've seen. Anyway, all that being said, my opening is what they have to do. It's the only way. My opening is gonna be the opening of the movie, even if they never talk to me. 'Cause yeah, right. Bad. Batman. No, that would actually, what would be good? Because you have the Batman story, but then like the Thomas Wayne stories. Well, that should be a Thomas Wayne thing. There's no way you could do a Bruce Wayne thing. It's too old. He was a kid. I don't even know he was born. If you really look at it a certain way. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Huh.
What? Really nice, man. So did I tell you this?
Right. Yeah.
Their wallet in their pockets. And it had at least a couple of $1,000.
So what, did you turn Batman into Deadpool, but not funny? Okay. Because now I'm just imagining you're like, he's all PST and, like, shell shock and, like, crazy from war, and I'm like, alright, so you either have two directions here. Either he goes Deadpool, which means he's crazy funny, but it's Batman, so therefore you're just gonna be crazy. Yeah, but we're talking about Joker crazy. Like, you would need a way worse Joker for that Batman, like, otherwise they'd just be friends for real. Yeah. Yeah. Man. Well, I'll give it to you. That's not bad. I just can't get the Thomas Wayne thing out of my head now. That's my fault. Oh yeah, what is it?
Okay. Hey, mister. Who are you again? What's his problem? Anybody know him?
Oh.
Stop.
Charlie Daniels. I'm thinking Charlie Daniels. Or, yeah, I think that was 70s, right?
Yeah, a brother can set the conference table.
All right.
Get the sparkling water.
That's crazy. Well, I can see that. Concept, yeah. Batman. Okay.
Wow, let me tell you what I'm doing.
Security!
What are you
Don't
doing? What is wrong with you? Knocking people.
Oh, shit. Yeah, fucking... Sorry, I was running around punching people. I had to get this outfit so I can go talk to this dude.
Great. Now they're not even letting guests see the cell.
The lounge. They closed it off.
Yeah.
So, when is Dexy Barrett coming to pick me up?
Who's the jury guy over there? Looks like another one of the rock stars.
Change the subject slightly. I think there's a limit
It's
to
so
how
hard
many
to find
friendly
good-
faces and
What
how
a
many
dick.
exotic dishes a person can stand.
Alright. So we're in the position. I'm gonna wait for this douchebag to come back over here. I'm gonna eat me some gushers. Or actually, maybe they're not gushers. Maybe there's some other candy that wants to give me money. Oh, that's good. Well, I mean, I wish I had about 200 million. I'd be good with that. Ooh.
Mr. Frost, I have arrived.
Mm-hmm.
Damp, bright,
I
fresh
have.
colonial, the little smells of fish. No, truly, of fish. I look
I'll
forward
probably
to
buy it here too.
your son's memory is
Still in that zone.
anything I should know?
The only the only game that I'm stupidly gonna spend money on that's coming out is fucking Star Wars Battlefront 2.
You don't want John to know I'm here.
I'm stupidly gonna spend money on it.
Sway Miss Barrett from doing the smart thing.
But
Think nothing of it. Some
what's
things
that?
need to be handled in person. It is only
Oh
the
yeah?
semi-finals after all.
It's good. I like that movie. Nice.
Only the semi-finals. I I never could stand high humidity. This is
Hmm.
why I fled London, you know.
Yeah.
Cursed dampness.
We could head up to the suite, sir. Nice and chill there. Less chance of getting spotted.
Mr. Morgan, sir.
Yeah. I mean,
Please
I'm
accept
sure it's
my
going to be an
heartfelt
improvement, and I'm sure it's going to be enjoyable. I don't know how many hours I dumped into Destiny 1, and there was a lot of shitty parts about Destiny 1. What's that? I'm sure you can. Add your 3 characters up. Mm. Yep, me neither. Actually, I haven't even logged on Neverwinter lately. I bet I need to, because I'm wasting my fucking shit I paid for. Like the VIP shit. You have to get them keys every day or they go away. Which I think is bullshit. You should let them collect. You shouldn't fuck people like that. It's one of the reasons why I don't play the game anymore. They fuck people, man. Mm. Yeah, I told you they're different. They're all the different characters.
For the mishap earlier. The Queen
Anyway,
Suite is ready for you.
back to the
Well, that was
podcast. I
relatively
mean,
fast.
broadcast. I
Very
mean,
well. Lead the way.
podcast.
Right, this has gone far enough. Since you clearly don't know where you're going, let's not waste more of each other's time. What kind of slapdash circus are they running out here?
Serving the rich and powerful.
Mr. Morgan,
Wink.
sir. The Queen Suite.
Please step back.
Mr. Morgan, sir. The Queen Suite really is ready for
How's
you
Steph?
now.
Yeah,
Follow
you're
me,
okay.
please.
Oh, you brought a map this time. Very well. Lead the way. Right, this has gone far enough. Clearly don't know where you're going. Let's not waste more of each other's time. What kind of slapdash circus are they running out here?
Mr. Morgan, sir. The Queen Suite really is ready for you now. Follow me, please.
Oh, you brought a map this time. Very well. Lead the way.
So what we're doing is we're walking them down to the linen closet room or whatever. gonna be interesting because I'm gonna take this weird path, and I'm wondering, is he gonna object in any way? Because I'm like, hey, come here. I'm gonna take you to your suite. It's ready now. And he's like, okay. And then I take him to the docks. He's like, my suite's on the docks? No, we're just going around here. Just going around here. This way.
Go fix the aircon.
Excuse me.
Hey, who are you?
Damn it.
What was that? What are you waiting for? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Nice and easy, don't you?
Where? I don't know.
Hey, boss. Hey.
Oh, man.
Really nice, man. Really nice.
Hello and welcome to the Hitman.
How's it going?
Thank you for choosing the
Hey,
Hitman.
wait a minute.
Enjoy your stay.
Awesome.
Hold on. Have I seen you before somewhere? Hold it!
Be busy here. It's only numbers. I'm sure Jordan Cross doesn't need a cake to remind him how old it is. Thomas Cross. The cake was his idea. Very well. I'll have one of my staff for you as soon as possible. How's the fish? Is it good to go?
I hear you, Jeffrey's complaining about the wait.
Go!
Got a new order. They expect it right away, so chop chop.
Vegan birthday cake. It's ridiculous. Dietary fixations. First it was high carb, low fat. Then it was high fat, low carb. And now sugar is just evil incarnate, isn't it? Well, there's a limit to what you can do with dates and bamboo milk. I'm not a bloody magician. Like eating a spoonful of cardboard covered in honey. Buggers. I have a sense of pride. They get to the top of themselves, finish their own bloody cake.
Yeah, I'm here.
Nearly done, chef. Okay, let's get in gear, people.
No, I'm sorry, I was texting. What did you say? Damn.
Come on, people, we need the 3 dishes for table 4 out now.
I'm on it, chef.
Time to step it up. Let's get this service in gear.
Alright. Alright, man. I won't, dude. You take it easy. Later. Alright, I'm gonna sign off, y'all. Thanks for watching. Sorry I didn't complete this one, but I'll try again tomorrow or later today. I might get back on here in a little bit. I gotta do something real quick. Have a good one.